I took my middle finger. I pointed it right at him, just the middle finger.
Him, and your eyes glared death.
And then I flipped him off. And we made eye contact. And I made sure he knew that I knew what he did. And we had a connection there.
You did. Nice. It was a real human connection.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Oh, no, we might get sued if we start the show like that. Welcome to another episode of Wesam's World, every Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time here on Adobe Radio, every Thursday live on the air. Also, if you are watching this the next day or later this evening on YouTube, if you enjoy the show, make sure you hit the subscribe button. You know, we've been getting a lot of positive feedback lately. Been going a little deep, you know, with my life, with what's going on. You know, little family dynamics. People have responded positively to that, which I enjoy. And if this is your first time listening to the show, I always like to do a little, like, okay, for real though, if you're first time listening to the show, I'm always thinking, like, what's the best way to make, like, a first impression with someone who's just tuning in, and so that they're not like, oh, it's just another podcast, another radio show, whatever, you know? So, and I don't want to be too formal, but there's a part of me that's formal when I meet somebody. Yeah. But there's a part of me that's formal, and then there's a part of me that's way too casual.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm an actor. That's it. That's too bad. I'm not good at marketing that way.
Yeah.
So if you're brand new to the show, my name is Wesam. Been a working actor out here since 2009. Worked a lot of TV shows. And this is basically a weekly inside look behind the scenes, not only with my life, but the shows I work on. I know we've been talking about it for weeks now, but we will be bringing back guests. Mm-hmm. We're just waiting till after Memorial Day. We're waiting till after this transition, after our producer Peyton leaves the show. He's been getting really busy with his life. So right now it's just solo, me, Alexandra, and our awesome co-producer, Letitia in Brazil, who's helping out with a lot of the social media. Okay, real quick. We celebrated your birthday this last week. So happy birthday again.
Thank you.
Went to Catalina Island, which if you're in Los Angeles, highly recommend going to Catalina. I want to break down the trip for everybody so that they make it a good day trip.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's important for Los Angelinos. And just people in general who come to LA and want to check out Catalina. So there are two towns in Catalina. You want to go to Avalon. The other one is way too sleepy of a small town. Avalon is the main one, and you can literally walk from one side of the town to the other in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be spending hours and hours there. What I do recommend is this. If you don't want to do any fishing, any like boating activities, take the like 8 o'clock ferry from Long Beach to Avalon. Walk around town for a couple hours. And what do I mean by that? There's lots of little shops, places you get coffee. You can walk, across the little beach. That was nice. They have a museum and an art gallery as well. And then what you want to do is you want to book an excursion. And we did the Eco Adventure Tour over there. So what's cool about that is you get in this like open air Humvee.
Just Indiana Jones style. And they take you for about 2 hours all across the island. Mm-hmm. And they take you to these beautiful views. And guess what? There are bison on the island, which you didn't believe me. I didn't believe you because you are a notorious prankster / you say stuff with such like certainty when you're just really messing with someone.
Yeah.
So he goes, and do you know there's bison on the island? And I was like, no, there's not. And you're like, yeah. And I was like, how'd they get there? And you're like, they left them there from a film. And I was like, oh, that's even more BS.
Yeah. Which ended up being 100% true.
100% true.
The first bison we saw was at the port in Long Beach.
Yes.
Was that the one where you're like, oh, you weren't lying?
Yeah. There was a bison like a sculpture with like a little sombrero or something else on. I don't know what it was. But it was dressed up and I went, oh, he's not fucking with me.
Yeah.
Oh, he's for real. There's bison.
So I'm gonna tell them the bison story, which I thought was kind of cool. But anyway, you'd book this eco adventure tour. You get to see the island, beautiful views. You get to see bison too. The bison there are actually like 20% smaller than normal bison because there's not as much grass and water there. And there's only like a couple or 2 or 3 like natural water sources there, which is just from like rainfall. And it's not a lot. And so, it was nice. You do that. You go back into town. You have lunch, and then you take like the 4 o'clock ferry back, and then you're done for the day. If you want to like hike, do camping, I think that's a great place to do an overnight camping, to be honest with you.
They have trails that go all across the island. They've got campsites. You could even bike.
Yeah.
Like if you had an electric bike, that'd be the best.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty hilly.
Absolutely. Good fishing. They have a cool zip line. But honestly, for a day trip, just to get out of LA, it's like a nice little town.
Yeah.
Felt a little European, like French Riviera. So Catalina was nice.
Yeah. Fresh air.
Lots of fresh air, actually. Yeah, it was. You could tell the difference. It's amazing how quickly that.
Yeah, everyone drives little golf carts.
Yep.
The streets are narrow. Golf carts.
You can rent golf carts too,
Yes.
which I thought was really cool. I'm like, you can easily get around town that way.
Yeah.
They have it's a whole town.
We have a Vons.
Vons, fully
With the prices
stocked.
are the same. They didn't up them.
Yeah. So that was cool. That was Catalina. Not much else going on except a couple acting stories, which I want to share after the break for my acting classes. And I'm telling you, I also found out that my aggressive driving nature has gotten out of hand, honestly. And I think I need to take it back. I'm not like yelling at people, like rolling down my window, trying to start fights or anything. But we did learn that I probably need to tone it down a little bit.
You think?
Yeah. Yeah. It was.
I was foot on the floor as if I had a brake in front of me. I wished I had a brake in front of me.
Now the driving part, I promise you, I'm 100% in control of.
Oh, for sure. It's not you. It's others.
Yeah, but like I know it might seem like I'm driving aggressive from the passenger side, and it is aggressive, but I'm in control. It's not reckless. Let me make that very clear for any future court cases or insurance claims. I'm not reckless. I've been uberly sensitive to people who don't give a shit about anybody else on the road.
Yeah.
And I did something to a college student. So it was a little heavy traffic because it's Memorial Day weekend, and we're trying to make the right turn, and then we're backed up. I'm like, why is it? The thing is counting down 4, 3, and I'm like, just go, just make the right. And then the person up in front wasn't making the right because some idiot in a scooter, a college kid, because we were by USC, was just holding up traffic because he was on his scooter and didn't want to wait at the light. And I did something which came out so naturally.
It was hilarious.
I hated him so much for that. I hated this human being. I went, and if you're just listening to the show, I took my middle finger. I pointed it right at him, just the middle finger.
Him, and your eyes glared death.
And then I flipped him off, and we made eye contact, and I made sure he knew that I knew what he did, and we had a connection there.
You did. Nice. It was a real human connection.
I gotta stop. I'm getting too worked up while I drive.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, can you stop?
I think we need to make a list on the show of things that drive me crazy, and I think top 5, easily top 5, is whenever I am in a group acting class and I'm teaching something, and I ask a question, and they answer me with an answer that is not to my question.
Yeah.
And last class, we had a really big, oh my gosh, it was nobody's fault. Bless her heart, Simone. She is like our tech person there. Not tech person, but she kind of like assists
yeah.
With all the classrooms. And on Sundays, we have like 3 classes going on at once. And so she's responsible for like setting up the camera or TV, whatever we need. And I kind of, my gosh, now I'm going way, way back into this story. I broke a TV while we were there, but it wasn't my fault because the TV only had 3 wheels underneath it when it's supposed to have 4. So it was always doing that thing where I had like, oh, okay, I'm trying to move it.
Yeah.
And I barely touched the cord, and it was just enough to topple it over and smash the TV. And I'm like, oh, awesome. So now they replaced the TV with the dumbest feature in the world. In order to operate this TV, it doesn't have a remote.
What?
No remote. You know what they thought they were being clever? Oh, just use your phone.
Oh, like a Roku app thing?
There's no remote to the TV, Alex. There's no physical remote. And it's only connected through Simone's phone because she's the one. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Finally, she gets the camera set up. There's a wire loose, like a bad wire. We don't know where it is, connected with the TV. We finally get it to work. We turn on the TV, and it's like automatic software update. I'm like, are you of course. Of course. The person, and I really mean this from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah.
And I'm getting worked up again. I really mean this from the bottom of my heart. If you are a software engineer, okay, and you make software for a computer, a TV, a fucking toaster at this point that has automatic software updates that you can't cancel, you deserve to be in prison for 4 years. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it.
That's extreme.
How is that extreme?
4 years.
4 years in a federal penitentiary, maximum security, okay? You can't, I can't cancel it. I waited 20 minutes for this TV to do an automatic update.
It sucks.
In the middle of class.
Yeah. You couldn't pivot?
I had to. I almost got you there. You almost got caught in the crossfire there.
I was just kidding.
You were almost one of my students. I'll tell you what happened too.
Okay.
So I'm fuming at this point, okay? Fuming. And I'll finish the rest of the story here right after our break. So, a little recap for those who just joined in. We're having tech issues with the camera. We're having tech issues with the new TV that only works with Simone's phone because it doesn't come with its own remote, and it does automatic updates that you can't cancel. So now we've been waiting for 20 minutes, and then finally we are trying to hook it up to the TV, and something's wrong with the HDMI port in the TV. And I'm like, oh, now I want everybody involved in this TV making company to be in prison for like 10 years, okay?
What brand is this?
I don't know. I'll tell you what brand it is because I'm filing a lawsuit. Okay?
Okay.
So, we're more than 20 minutes in the class. We're like 25 minutes in the class. And I'm trying to keep it together. And this is how I know the universe loves to get my reaction and like test me sometimes.
Yeah. Outside
on the street is someone, and I thought it was somebody in a car playing loud music, like loud, like trap music. And I'm just like, okay, the car's going to drive by soon. And I'm like, no, it's there. Somebody's there. I look outside, and of course, it's some guy just with a boombox. And he's like,
That's number 4 on your list of hates.
Oh, yeah. That guy goes to the place. That guy goes to the island for 3 months. And if he survives, he's allowed to come back to society. The students were like, what is it? And I'm like, oh, it's just some loser. They were like, oh, okay. And I'm like, no, he's a loser. He's a loser for doing that. It's Sunday.
Yeah.
At 2:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
You're on Santa Monica and Western.
Uh-huh.
Just playing music.
He's having the time of his life.
He's a loser. No, seriously. He's a big time loser.
Okay.
And you know what makes him even more of a loser? And I'll never forget. I have nothing against people smoking marijuana or people ingesting it or whatever they want to do or growing. I actually don't. I think there's lots of benefits to marijuana. Mm-hmm. I really do. But he had a cap with the marijuana leaf on it. And I hated him even more for that. Oh my gosh. You know the saying, don't judge a book by its cover?
Yeah.
100% judge this guy by his cover. Like the way he exists, you should judge this dude. Anyway.
That's very good of you.
I'll get into any argument with any angel if I get up there in heaven. And I'll be like, you're telling me I'm not supposed to judge this guy?
They're like, there were so many other people you could have judged.
No, this guy. So, going back to the room, Simone, bless her heart, keeps asking me, do you need to record it? And I'm like, I'm telling her, and I'm probably not being communicative. I'm just putting the blame on myself at this point. I'm like, hey, I remember just telling her, I just need the camera to record the person and us to project it on a TV or on the projector so that the other students can see what it would look like on camera.
Right.
That's all. I don't need sound. I don't need playback because they're watching it live.
Right.
I said this like 4 times to her, and I think on the 4th time, everybody in class is just like, oh, this is the class where Wesam snaps. They were trying to get the projector to work. Didn't work. The guy needed to find a adapter.
Wait, a guy?
Another guy who works at the place to work for.
I was like, who's this new person?
Finally, after 40 minutes, we get it to work. I asked the person, please sit down. Let's get this started. And I'm like, I apologize to everyone. I'm sorry, guys, for these technical difficulties. And everybody's like, no, it's all good. Wesam. Like, they were being very, like, supportive and everything. And they're, like, understanding. I was like, I appreciate that. Thank you. I start lighting up the actor. And, of course, it looks terrible on the projector. It would have looked fine on the TV. But because it's a projector, sometimes the lighting. Yeah. The darks are dark. The lights are really bright. So I'm like, oh, shit. I told Simone, I'm like, Simone, I'm going to need a light. And I'm walking out with her to get the light. And then some student, I know she didn't mean to, but she goes, you need a light. I remember turning around just like this and going, that's what we're getting right now. And then I just walked out. I was like, I can't. I just got to take a breath. This is what it is. There's nothing out of my control. I'm frustrated. I've got to make the best of my situation. Finally, everything gets set up, and we start the scene.
Nice.
Oof. We're 45 minutes into class, and I haven't been able to start class. That drives me insane.
Yeah.
So we start the class, and there were some breakthroughs, to say the least.
Okay, that's good.
That's really good. And people, we really learned a lot in it. But then also, there's little things which, if it was just some other day, I wouldn't have cared. But because it was the day all this stuff has happened, there's stuff that you do as a green actor that you're going to mess up on. And there's nothing you can do about it. And it just comes with experience. And whoever's around you to guide you just has to go, okay, yeah, I should plan on new actors messing up this way so I don't get annoyed or frustrated, right?
Right.
And there was a couple of those instances where an actor started improvising a line and it just came off so not funny or so not serious. Came off way too humorous, and it was the other person's scene, and she was just so ready and wanted to help out and wanted to act.
Oh, no.
And I just said, the guy started doing his scene, and I just go, all right, we got to stop. Jackie, thank you for... And we all laughed, because it was just like, I'm like, you know what, guys? This is no longer a 2-person scene. This is a 1-person scene that we're going to be working on individually.
Yeah.
Anyway, highlights of the class. A student that... I remember my first interaction with her. We actually had a huge fight, a huge fight. Yeah. And I would tell her this to this day, but her ego was so big the first day I met her. Biggest fight, probably the biggest fight I ever got in with a student. And I think it was my first semester teaching at IDSA too. I was like, whatever. She made such an amazing breakthrough this last class through this technique that I like to utilize. and it was incredible. It was the best acting I've ever seen her do. She was so present. She was listening, and I was really proud of her. And it was funny after, like, during the class, I kept bringing it up. Yeah. And she's like, "You're making me nervous. Like, now the pressure's on." And I'm like, "Don't be nervous. You now know how to use this tool that you utilize so well. So just continue to utilize it in the same way I told you." So it was a good class overall, but not without its hiccups. I've been getting really antsy lately.
Yeah.
I think we discussed this. Excuse me. And I discussed it with another friend as well. I think whenever I'm not doing jiu-jitsu,
yeah,
I'm getting more antsy and more aggressive. I feel like jiu-jitsu releases the pressure valve a little bit with me.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's not just that. It makes it sound like when you're not doing it, it's just building. And I think it's more of jiu-jitsu as an outlet for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way you said it made it sound like if you're not doing jiu-jitsu, you're just going to get aggressive.
That's what's happening, I feel like.
Well, I feel like it's just things in life frustrating you, building, and that's your outlet. It's not because, like, I feel like if things were a little different, you wouldn't be feeling the aggression.
Yeah, of course, if the circumstances were different. But, like, how I feel if I don't have a physical outlet, these things build up.
Okay. I think we're just semantics.
Okay. I don't know if we're agreeing or disagreeing, to be completely honest with you.
I'm agreeing with you. I'll just agree with you.
You look scared.
No.
I'll just agree with you.
I'll just agree with you, please. Please, don't put me in a car with you ever again. I'm sorry.
No, I need to tone it down. I need to tone it down when I drive.
You know, people are. I mean, I sent you a video of someone being aggressive with motorcycles, and that person definitely lost their life with a passenger on the back of the motorcycle because they couldn't just let it go.
Yeah.
Like, when you think about it, it's like, is that worth your life?
No.
Is that moment worth your life? No, it's not.
No, you're right. And that's hard. That takes practice to be like that in the moment.
I'm fucking zen as shit.
Okay.
I can do it.
You can do it while you drive? Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I've gotten really good at it, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah. I can still get annoyed, but I go, nah.
Okay.
When was the last time you've been in my car when I'm driving?
Exactly. Oh, yeah. It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's been a really, really long time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while.
When was the last time I drove you anywhere?
I just remember being really scared and nervous for my life last time.
Oh, bullshit.
You got into a road rage incident.
No, he's just kidding. Actually, the last time was when I picked you up when you had to get tires.
That's right.
It was a really short drive.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. Want to make everybody believe you're like a big... I almost followed a dude home.
Yeah, I remember we've talked about that on here before. I was with you with that one.
Oh, that's right.
And I was like, you put on your right turn signal, and I was like, where are you going?
And I said, I want to follow him home because... And I wasn't going to do... Okay, hold on. Hold on. No, hold on.
There's no way you can say this, and it makes you sound like the good guy.
Okay. This is how I'm... Let me explain to you the situation. Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up, because now I'm really angry at that guy.
Brought it up.
Did I really bring it up?
Yes.
I'm a psycho.
You brought it up. Bitch, please.
So, I'm backing out of the Ralph's parking lot.
Yeah.
And this guy, I'm already halfway out.
Yes.
I'm already halfway out. Dude, just let me finish it. Let me finish the job. He doesn't. Honks and then goes around. When he honks and goes around, I go, that's it. That's it. I have to eat this guy. I have to eat him now. We're in the jungle. That's where my mind first goes. That's crazy. That's crazy. He's so rude and not considerate. Inconsiderate? Yeah, inconsiderate. So what I was planning in my head immediately, the next thing that came into my mind, and I wasn't gonna do anything to him or his family. Okay, at all. But I like to plant seeds of fear in people's head. So I was like, I'm following this dude home. And then when he parks in his garage, I'll be like, hey, dude, guess what? I know where you live now. Have a nice weekend. That's it. That sounds so crazy saying it out loud.
That's insane.
That's insane. Now, did I do that? No.
Because I stopped you.
Don't say it.
Because I stopped him. I said, where are you going?
And I said, I'm following him home to scare him.
I said, don't do that.
I said, I'm not going to do anything to him or his family. I just want to scare him because...
Don't do that.
Man, people like that need to learn their lesson. That's what really frustrates me. He's going to go around life now not learning his lesson.
Oh, no. Karma will catch up to him. He'll learn his lesson. And if it's not in life, it's in death. Hell.
Oh.
I meant hell.
Oh, well, if you believe in that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that we've lost all of our viewers.
They're like, where is this podcast today going?
I know, listen, part of these talks are for entertainment purposes, but I'm being really honest too at the same time. Like, I have these like immediate annoyances that happen.
Yeah.
And I immediately go to places that are not healthy. And I think, obviously I've never done anything close to it. I keep everything in check, but it just bothers me that like, how is this person going to learn? How is society going to learn without like these consequences? Because there is a balance, right? To not being a total dictatorship, like where you're punishing people severely for like the smallest things.
Right.
And then total anarchy on the other end where everybody does what they want. There has to be some kind of middle ground. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just annoyed. Maybe I just need I don't know. I honestly do not know, other than keeping my thoughts in check, realizing that 99% of these things aren't worth any person's life or my life. So that's it.
Yeah.
Oof. I wonder what a therapist would say to me. Okay. Oh, you know what we should do?
I pretended to be your therapist once, and you didn't like me. You didn't like me as your therapist.
No.
It was on the show.
Because you're not a therapist.
Feels like it.
It feels like you're not a therapist?
No, it feels like I am a therapist.
Really?
To my friends group? Yeah.
Okay. But you're not like a professional therapist.
Correct.
Yeah. You know what? I want a professional psychiatrist on the show. And I want to talk to them about these feelings that I have, these aggressive feelings that I have.
There's going to be someone outside in white ready to take you away after the episode. She's texting someone, come get him immediately.
I hope they're a black belt. I hope they do jiu-jitsu.
They're going to have a tranquilizer.
Can you? Whoa, that would be crazy. No, I would love to talk to a psychiatrist or a really good therapist about these feelings. Never acted upon any of them, but the rage is there for sure.
Yeah, should we clip this and ask the internet?
I would love. Okay, so this is a message to any therapist or a psychiatrist out there. I'd love for you to come on the show, and I would love to talk about these feelings of rage that I have when I drive and people are doing inconsiderate things that from the low end are very annoying, and then to the high end that put my life in danger and other people's life in danger.
Right, not you.
They do it, yeah.
Yeah, just clarifying.
Yeah, they do that. That was going to be a clean clip. But guess what?
I'll clean it up.
No, you won't. That's impossible to clean up that clip.
I put lightning and rain sounds.
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. No. Yeah, I would love for a psychiatrist to come on the show and help me with my road rage. That'd be great. I don't know if it's going to happen, though. We need to have Rizaldi back on ASAP. He just painted that painting of me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he's been delving more into his artistry, so there's a lot to talk about with him.
Very nice.
Yeah. That's about it on my end, honestly.
Yeah?
That's been a crazy week. Nothing too crazy to update. Other than I want to rewatch all the Mission Impossible movies because I want to go see Mission Impossible in theaters. Somebody who teaches and is a student at the prep coaching place that I teach at.
Yeah.
Gabriella, right. Gabrielle, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, congrats to her. She has a great role in it in the Mission Impossible movie. So shout out to her in the prep, yeah.
Yeah, one of the actresses in it was pregnant. Haley Atwell.
Okay.
She was 8.5 months pregnant and still doing her own fight scenes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did she do like belly style, pregnant belly style?
Actually, sometimes what they'll do is they'll put sorry, I missed the joke.
That's okay.
They did this for Wonder Woman too, but they'll put green over the belly. Like cut out the outfit and put green so that way you cool. can AI CGI it away.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Did they do that for her?
I don't know. I haven't seen the behind the scenes for this. It could have been something where the fight choreography hid enough of her belly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool if like the baby you could they try to punch the tummy and then the baby's hand just goes like that and then the foot.
I feel like that would be definitely in some kind of kung fu movie back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Kung Pao Enter the Chicken.
What?
Classic. Kung Pao Enter the Chicken. Great. Classic comedy.
Is that the one where it's a whole bunch of old people fighting in like a courtyard?
That's a lot of kung fu movies, so you're gonna have to be a little bit more specific.
Oh, a lot of bizarre people come out and fight, like in costumes, and
that happens in a lot of kung fu movies.
You're right.
Alex,
you're
gonna have to be a little bit more
I
specific.
know it's come across my feed before.
Okay, so. One more time. Try it. Try to pick something out of there that might make it unique.
He's fighting one person. One person's fighting all of them.
That's in a lot of kung fu movies, Alex. You have to be more specific.
That's all I got.
See? There's the rage. Why? Why is it there?
Did I inconvenience you?
No.
Were you not happy bantering with me?
Oh, we were bantering?
Yeah.
I thought we were just being real. I'm kidding. We were bantering, everybody. People are going to think this is why Peyton left.
Like, he couldn't stand it.
He couldn't stand my rage.
Couldn't handle the rage anymore.
I do get annoyed so easily. That's not
I think
good.
we've known this, though.
I know.
For a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, ever since we've known about the place, we know there's been rage in your soul.
Yeah. I just don't like it when people don't do the jobs that they're getting paid to do as well. That's something else
that's
that really
fair. But I think that's a little different than road rage kind of stuff. I think there's levels, right?
Yeah.
There's like the person on the street who's inconsiderate for the fact that they're walking 4x4 and you have to dodge them.
Yeah.
You know, that's a small inconsiderate. They're just being rude. And then you've got the worker who doesn't care or doesn't take your order correctly or doesn't care to make sure it's right. That's another inconvenience, which is different because now that's an inconvenience where you've paid for it. And then there's the inconvenience of when you're driving, not because someone is like, they are putting you in danger or they're not following the rules of the road or something like that. There's a different level of annoyance and different whys.
Yeah.
And
Oh. Can we talk about our waiter?
Which one?
The one who, the frozen fry guy.
Poor guy.
Listen, service was great.
Yeah. Food was great.
But I think this was a personality thing. I don't know if it's a Gen Z thing. Okay. I'm really nice to waiters for two reasons. First of all, that's just the thing you do. Okay. It's just be nice to people who serve you. Mm-hmm. Be respectful. I always do that. Second, I've worked in the restaurant industry for a good portion of my life. The majority of my life, actually, now that I think about it. Since I was 10 years old up until my early 20s. Mm-hmm. That's a good portion of my life right there.
Yeah.
So, no, more than that. No. Yeah, that's right. Anyway, so, man, unreal. I think there's a balance when it comes to serving. Okay. You don't want to be too friendly, and you don't want to be too formal with it, right?
It depends.
For the most part, would you say that at a casual fine dining?
Yeah, but I mean, where's your line of too friendly?
Hey, touching the customers, hugging them.
Sorry,
like,
I was like friendly. How can?
Well, yeah, but that's what I mean. Like too friendly. Like
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you said friendly, and I go someone who's just nice. I didn't see the.
Right.
Okay.
So, I ask him, and he's doing these body mannerisms that I'm like, you feel like you're just chilling. Okay, the restaurant's kind of empty. You're not like, maybe you just started your shift, whatever. In the middle of him taking our drink order, literally one of the oldest guys I've ever seen in my life comes from out of the kitchen wearing like an apron, starts talking Spanish to him while we're talking with him. And I'm like, what is going on here? And I start smiling because the guy's asking him something about the back kitchen, and our waiter is like, he's trying to answer this old guy and like trying to talk. And he's like, I'm so sorry. He's like, he tells the guy, un momento, like 1 second. And so the guy ends up going in the back, and I ask him, I saw there are fries on the menu, and it's a nice place. And I'm always, I love fries, but if it's a really nice place, I want to know, like, is it house cut? What kind of fries? Are they thin? Are they thick? Or like, are they frozen? Do you use seasoning salt? That I like to know those things, because I don't want to just order a plate of fries from a fine dining when I could have something else.
Right.
So I just asked him like, hey, your French fries, are they like house made? And he's like, oh, they're good. I'm like, yeah, but like, are they frozen or something? And he goes, yeah, man. I don't know. They do have this like seasoning salt that's they're really good. Our fries are really good. And he kept saying really good. And I finally go, okay, but like what's in the seasoning salt? And he's like, and he did this. I don't know. And I go, well, can you check? And I said it so loud. I go, well, can you check?
You didn't have that expression. You were nicer about it. That seems a little extreme.
It felt like in my heart, that's what I said to him.
No.
Well, can you check? Like that's where, like, come on, dude. Just literally just go, good question. I'm not sure. Let me go check on that for you.
Yeah.
It felt as if he was wanting me to go into the back kitchen and talk to the old guy and ask that old guy. See, sometimes when I retell these stories, if you're not there,
it doesn't sound quite the same.
Yeah, and then I sound like the crazy guy here.
Well, like I'm saying, when you're retelling it, you weren't that extreme.
It felt.
I'm sure you've probably felt that extreme, but yeah.
People sometimes overshare. Uber driver. God bless her. She, at one point, we told her, yeah, we're going to Catalina, and then she goes, oh, I've been to Europe. Oh, really? Congratulations. And then she said, as you can tell, I love Paris. Nothing in her car, nothing would ever point to the fact that she loved Paris. And then she said, I'm driving Uber a lot because most of my paycheck usually went towards Bed Bath and Beyond. Huh? What? That's crazy talk.
Yeah.
Dude, and now I'm thinking she hasn't been to Europe.
Bath and Body Works.
What did I say?
Bed Bath and Beyond.
Bath and Body Works. I'm sorry.
Which, it just, for a girl, you know the difference.
That's right. The Bath and Body Works is the store with all those different scents, right?
Yep. Scents, candles, lotions. Not a lot of variety of product, variety of scents, but to spend it all, excuse me, there is intense.
Really weirdo. Yeah. Big time weirdo, man. All right, we'll be back right after this commercial break. We're back.
We're back.
So, Alex.
Yes.
Any industry news?
Yeah. So, OnlyFans is trying to broaden their horizons. OnlyFans, known for adult content, is seeking to diversitize by attracting creators from various industries, including cooking and fitness. The platform is also in discussions for potential $8 billion sale, aiming to rebrand and broaden its appeal. Yeah.
I know comedians were having an OnlyFans too.
The comedians, other actors. So they're trying to expand it and change its image from just a, adult content to more.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Dude, do you know how some of these adult creators, how much money they make per month?
A lot.
Millions.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars a month.
I don't judge them. I judge how much money do people have to give to these creators.
Look how much Bhad Bhabie makes.
Bhad Bhabie?
B-A-D, baby, B-H-A-B-I. How do I know how to spell that?
How do you know how to spell that? How do you spell baby?
Bhad Bhabie, B-H-A-B-I. She's that girl on Dr. Phil who goes, "Catch me outside, how about that?" That's
her?
It's her. Wait. That's her, right?
I don't know. She claims to have earned over $75 million from her OnlyFans account.
Yep.
In April 2021, her first month on the platform, she made $18 million.
$18 million. Her first month. So all
month.
those perverts going on, like she's finally 18. Like that's so fucking gross.
Yeah. As of September 2024, she was estimated to be earning about just shy of $1.5 million per month.
That's crazy. That's so much money.
That is crazy. Who has this much money to be giving to people?
It's a lot of people. It's not just like a small group. It's a lot of people.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
I could never.
Donate to her?
Yeah, sure. Or be on it.
Yeah, everybody's different, Alex.
Yeah, everyone is.
You should check out my OnlyFans. It's me driving around LA screaming.
Hilarious. No, but the reason I bring this up with the OnlyFans is just it's a platform that's trying to rebrand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it can rebrand. It is known as an adult content, but they're trying to bring in people who are not adult content. And I don't know how well that's going to change. I don't know if at that point you just make a branch off that's the same owners or whoever and it has the same way it works, but it's not called OnlyFans.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, did you just not yes and me? Did you just shut me down?
No, I just said, I don't know. It's weird. No, I really don't know. I honestly,
you do this all the fucking time. I bring up all these things that I found and you go, yeah, I don't know.
It's crazy.
Let's fucking discuss it then, shall we? Holy shit.
Okay, if we want to really discuss this, here's the thing.
Okay, so he does have opinions. Whoa, my God.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
I agree with you. I don't think they're going to rebrand. That's really tough. Because in everybody's mind, when you say OnlyFans, it's what?
Porn.
Exactly. So to rebrand porn, good luck. That's like going from porn to Disney. There's no way that's going to happen.
Yeah.
No way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
For finishing our conversation. I wanted to hear your opinions.
I am kind of curious though with this OnlyFans, if with the rebranding, they offer like more incentives for the people who are doing like, let's say like non-adult, like it's more open like PG. Mm-hmm. If they go, hey, you'll get a bigger percentage in the beginning, because OnlyFans does take a percentage.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's something I'm like, oh, they might be taking a smaller percentage just to get more people on the platform. But also, isn't that kind of like Patreon?
Yeah.
So what are they doing differently?
I mean, I guess the difference between Patreon is they can upload the content or levels and unlock and stuff, but I feel like with the OnlyFans, you can reach out and have a one-on-one private kind of a thing. That's where I see it being different. I've never used Patreon that much.
Patreon, you can do that.
You can do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Patreon, you can do the exact same thing. That's why I'm like, okay, you're just trying to, you're a new member in this part of the market.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, might work. But the thing is, this is not like new, because I've known comedians to have an OnlyFans before.
But keeping it, content is clean.
Yeah, their content is literally just their stand-up bits, like certain stand-up bits.
Mm-hmm.
And they charge like something really low a month, like $3 or something. So, I don't know.
Interesting.
At the end of the day, I don't know.
Okay. Thank you for sharing with me.
You're welcome.
It makes my heart happy. That was what raged me. That's what rages me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
This episode of Rage.
It's an episode of Rage. It's going to be the title. Rage. Barry Williams, known for his role as Greg Brady in The Brady Bunch, shared that once he took a nap on set during break, leading to a 30-minute search by the crew because no one could find him.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just sleeping in a random place. There's no phone. He didn't have a cell phone in his pocket. They could try and...
I wonder where he was sleeping.
Yeah, that'd be a great question.
Where you were sleeping.
Where was he sleeping? Let's see if I can...
What's the craziest place you've slept in?
I fell asleep in a closet as a child. My parents thought I was kidnapped.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought it was cozy. I fell asleep in the corner under some blankets. Thought it was cozy, like a cozy little cave. And my parents were just shy of calling the cops.
Wow.
And I was in a closet.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't think I've slept in any crazy places, but I have slept in a really awesome place underneath a tree in a park in Japan.
Oh.
Took a little power nap there.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah.
I used to try and sleep, not in weird ways, but kind of weird ways, because I couldn't sleep as a kid. So I thought, well, what if I sleep at the foot of my bed and I sleep backwards? What if I sleep on the floor? What if could I fall asleep someplace else? So I would try some weird things like that, but it never worked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, he was in his he was in his bed on set in his room. His on set bed.
Classic.
Have you dozed while on set somewhere? Not in your trailer?
No. Pretty on it when I'm on set.
I didn't know if maybe on set rules have changed. No sleeping on no sleeping on your bed.
I have caught no, I can't bring that up.
What?
No, I can't bring it up. Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of a big issue. I can't.
Yeah, I got it. I know, but that's just such a titillating tease.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Olivia Wilde and Seth Rogen did a surprise shoot for their recent film in San Francisco on the BART, which is their trolley system, with real people. They didn't shut anything down, so people were surprised to be seeing them, like filming while real people were on.
For a show or a movie?
For a film, for their film.
Oh.
Yeah, upcoming romantic comedy, The Invite.
I wonder, I guess, if it's in public, you are allowed to film in public,
yeah.
Right?
I mean, there's some pros and cons of filming in public.
Yes, there is.
You know, like...
You said it to me like I didn't know. That's what I'm laughing about.
No!
You said it to me like I didn't know about it.
No!
You're like, there are pros and cons to filming in public.
That is not at all what I was implying. I was having a conversation.
I know. No, I'm genuinely curious about what the laws are, because I think they should be fine, but
I mean,
does this BART system count as subway? Does the subway count as like public space?
I'm pretty sure they had a permit for it. They just didn't block people off.
Well, yeah, the permit thing they definitely have to have, but I'm saying with other people in the background and everything. I don't know how discernible are they? You know what I mean? Like, could you be like, oh my God, that was me?
Well, yeah, they were interacting with real people.
They were interacting with them? I'm curious to see this clip then.
Yeah. Be interesting to see. But it makes me think about, God, I can't remember the movie. Shit. But I think it was Tom Cruise, and he's walking through an empty London.
Are you talking about not Tom Cruise? Tom Cruise was in Vanilla Sky in Times Square.
Oh, Times Square. And there was
London,
another one.
28 Days Later.
28 Days Later.
Yeah, and that's Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy, yes. For both of them. Well, the New York one was the most expensive one ever shot. But for the one in London, they just asked people. They had 20 minutes to film that. And they held off all the traffic.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
they just asked, can you please?
And people listened.
And people listened.
That was really nice.
Yeah.
In Tokyo, they were filming something at Shibuya Crossing. They literally sent out mail, like an email to everybody, because they got their facial recognition, and they matched up with their email. And what they did was they sent out an email to them like, hey, would you mind not using this crossing at this time? And literally they were able to shoot something with nobody in there.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. That never happened.
Oh. Thank God this is over.
Play us out, Alex.
Thank God this is over. You've been the worst person to talk to today at the end. You're just yeah.
Are you gonna do the flip off thing that I did?
Hey.
Thanks for tuning into the show. If you enjoyed what you saw or heard, make sure you follow us on all social medias. Always remember to listen, think, and then talk.